when you have to wear heels in a video because you're short and you don't want to look naked. You don't want to even know how many bobby pins are in this hair. Like, I should be going out somewhere like looking all fierce. But instead I did bridal hair for a book talk. Hello everybody, so today we are doing the last reread review in this series, which is The One by Kiera Cass. So this is the last reread review in the selection series, which I'm so excited. By the way, not naked, I'm just wearing a white strapless dress to emulate the wedding dress on the cover. So if you want to know more about this book or the series, I have a selection talk where I talk about that in the very beginning of the series. This is the last book in this particular series, and then there's two more called The Heir and the Crown, which goes on after this series, I think 18 years later, and it's about a princess named Edelyn. So if you don't want to be spoiled for this and you want to read this, go ahead and check out that video and we will get on with the review. Bye! So we start off this book with America lacing herself into a dress that is Celeste style, and she's looking like a hoe bag is what I'm gonna call her. She's looking like a little bit of a hoe bag, and of course, you know who has to comment on it and tell her she looks trashy? Of course it's Chris. I mean, perfect little angel Chris, who's nothing but excellence, and she's just poised and proper and the perfect queen. I'm not saying America shouldn't have been wearing that dress. I'm saying that maybe she should have chose a little bit more, not so risque dress, but like, shut up, Chris. No one has time for your comments. And then we go on and we have Maxon laughing at her because of the dress, because she's trying to be sexy and all this. And I thought that was kind of cute. Like, sorry for laughing at you, but like, you are acting a little bit strange, America, so. But I thought it was adorable and kind of cute that he laughed at her. It was like, I like that their relationship is there where he can laugh at her and she kind of gets mad, but I think a good relationship is one that you can laugh at each other with. And then we meet the two northern rebels, which is Georgia. I think it's Georgia, but you never know with Kiera Cass. So Georgia and August, and oh, I love them. And I said in my last book, we meet Georgia before when she's like, to America. We meet Georgia, and I just thought that was so funny that all of a sudden America's realizing who she is, and she's like, oh, well, I didn't mean any disrespect. I just was like bowing to my future queen because like I thought that was what was gonna happen. But obviously, because you and Maxon are so like to each other right now in the middle of the night. One, duh, it's the middle of the night. But two, she's lost his trust. She's like, sorry, my bad. We assumed that you were going to be the one. But, you know, we have someone else in the castle that is a northern rebel. So, which we later find out is Chris. Who would have guessed? I always thought Chris was a little strange in the beginning. I thought she was a little too perfect for my taste. It wasn't very much of a surprise, even though I knew it in this read-through. When I first read it, it didn't surprise me. What did surprise me is America's dad being a rebel the first time through. And I picked up even more in his letter of him being a rebel this time than I did last time. So I should have known. America has all the history books. Kind of a rebellious soul. I'm stupid sometimes when reading books. Oh, and then after we have the Celeste and America heart to heart. Don't even get me started. I love this scene because I feel like Celeste really opened up to America, and I felt like it was a really nice moment for both of them. And then Celeste grows on us, and she starts being this person that we start to love. And then she's taken away from us, but I'll get to the ending later. But I really enjoyed Celeste, and I feel like she really came into her own. I think all the girls did, but she particularly really arced in this book, while as like a sub-arc of a character, I really enjoyed Celeste and how she was so upset about a magazine. And like, it's so stupid, but I think the heart-to-heart with Celeste really helped America's confidence when going for the crown, because Celeste kind of pushes her and is like, you're America's singer, like, you're a badass. Like, she doesn't say all those things, but like, I think Celeste would say that. So, why does this look like a hairstyle that I feel like Marley would have wore? Hello, selection movie? I'll take the role of Marley Thames. Thanks. Or Chris. See, she's supposed to have brown hair, but I've always envisioned Chris with blonde hair. Anyone else? Just me? Okay, anyways, Marley's part, take it. Call me up, the casting directors. The plan to meet August outside the castle. Why was this necessary? I don't understand why they couldn't have met August in the castle. Why couldn't they have like send a letter out of the castle to meet in the kitchens? Safer. America doesn't get shot in this scenario. America gets shot. The bullet grazes her. But still, like, that could have been so much worse. We could have had a disastrous situation with America. Or even worse, Maxon. Maxon could have died in this situation just to go out there and meet with August and Georgia and the little boy who dies for them. In my mind, we didn't get anything from this. We didn't get anywhere with this. Like, it didn't help us anywhere. I mean, I know it drove the plot along, but it didn't help us in any way that was genuine, and like, that was just my opinion, and it was so stupid and reckless, like America's decisions. But this wasn't only America's decision. This was America, Maxon, and Aspen doing something together. And then we get back, and of course, Aspen, the creepy freaking person he is, has America notes all around the freaking wall of his room. Did he not think of that before he was like, hey, maybe we should go in this room because, like, I have weird America notes because I'm America's stalker. And I know freaking Maxon noticed it and probably recognized her handwriting. Like, Maxon's not stupid. America gets shot, but there's creepy stalker letters on the wall. America can't keep a decision for more than 5 seconds because this point really proved it. She gets a necklace, or not a necklace, sorry, earrings and a bracelet, and then she has her songbird necklace. She gets these pieces of jewelry from Maxon for the conviction because it's a custom for him to give each girl in the selection something. So he gets her earrings and a bracelet, and she's like, I'm never gonna get rid of these. I will have these for the rest of my life. No matter how hungry I am or how poor we are, I'm gonna have these forever. 10 minutes later, she's standing there in front of a prisoner, handing off her earrings and her bracelet and her songbird necklace that her father gave her. I understand, I get it, but like, it was the premise of she can't keep an idea in her head for 5 minutes and stick with it. Yes, I don't think that this man should be sentenced to all those years in prison for stealing stuff for his family. I think she did the right thing, and I think people liked her better because of her doing the right thing and giving it, but that doesn't mean that doing that didn't piss off the king. Obviously, it did piss off the king. I thought she was gonna get whipped or like, I don't even know. I was scared for her life when the freaking king ripped her out of the lineup. And it was just a stupid decision. It was a smart, stupid decision is what I think it was. Smart because, yes, you shouldn't allow someone to go to prison for that long when the crime isn't that. But on the other hand, you have the king watching your every move, and he told you already if you stepped into our line, your ass was out. So, America, America, America. But one of my favorite parts about this book, I have many, and it's all like the really girly parts, but I loved when all of the girls came into the room and after America got reprimanded by the king, and they're all sitting in there and they're having these heart-to-heart talks about their life, and Elise opens up about New Asia and how if she doesn't win, her parents are going to be so disappointed in her, and America's struggles, and Chris and Celeste, and they all just had this heart-to-heart girls moment, which I thought was really, really nice. And I know Maxon kind of interrupted it, but he was kind of like, oh shit, like they're all getting along. But I think that really went hand in hand because the queen in the last book had said, don't fight with these girls. These girls will be your best friends in the end. And I really do think these 4 girls did become really, really good friends. I feel like in the time between the One and the Heir, in that time span, I feel like America was always talking to Chris, talking to Elise, talking to Marley. These are girls that she grew as a person with, and I think those are really important aspects in the plot because she is becoming this queen, and having that support system is really important. And I really enjoyed that part where they all kind of opened up and had this little girl slumber party in the room. And then we get another one of my favorite parts in the women's room when they go and they're talking about a camera, and Chris is like, Maxon has a camera, and she runs and she asks Maxon for the camera, and he's like, can I come in? And she's like, no, they're all like, go away, like this is our time, like you're not invited in. And they're taking pictures, and America takes that picture with the queen, and it's just so much fun, and pictures that they're always gonna have forever to remember. Especially that really hit home this time because the first time I read that, I didn't know the queen was gonna die. Now I look back and I see this photo of America and the queen, and knowing America is going to be queen, I felt so sad for the queen because America was the daughter that she always wanted, and she had a really hard time getting pregnant with Maxon, and it was a really hard struggle for her. She never had a daughter, and to have America and that the queen in that photo, and then knowing that she died later on, I was like, oh, my feels like hit me right in the heart. And while the first time it wasn't as much of an impact as beforehand, if that makes any sense in my babbling. And then we get the news that America's father has died. Oh man, that was heartbreaking because we know how close America and her dad were. And so she goes back and takes Aspen to freaking her home province, into her home, and anyways, but she goes back and she has time with her family, which this was the first time we really got to know her family other than May and her mom, because we know a lot, and her dad obviously, but we know a lot about May and her mom and a little bit about Gerard. I mean, he's younger, so he's just kind of there because he's little and he wants to play soccer, and ball and he doesn't want to paint, and that's Gerard. So we get to know Kenna's husband, and Coda, her brother, who is an asshole in his own right. And I thought that was really nice to get to know them because we don't know a lot about them. Kenna has Astra, the daughter, and her husband. And then we have Coda, who is greedy and doesn't really care. He's a cass climber. And he just sees America as another stepping stone, not his sister. And kind of sees his father as that too. And is mad that he leaves him the house and all this stuff. America yells at him, but I probably would have popped him in the face. So at least America kept her composure there. And then she comes back to the castle, and finally the proposal happens. And that was such a nice moment. And I think that I wanted to take that little moment, that screenshot of that moment, and encapsulate it and never let it go. America asked Maxon what she should call him, and he's like, "Your royal husbandness." It's a law, like you have to do it. And I thought that was so cute, and they have this night together and all this stuff, and it just, I wanted to take it and keep it in that little box and never let them go out of this little box because it was so perfect and beautiful. Literally 10 seconds later, like literally 10 seconds later, I think like a page and a half goes by. The proposal is done. America's standing there with Aspen, and she's talking to him, and literally just talking to him. And I think she puts her hand on his arm or something that I didn't really find too convicting, but maybe I'm not reading into it as much. And Maxon and Chris come around the corner, and Maxon blows up and is like, "Our engagement's off, you're leaving, like I'm marrying Chris, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da." And like this whole thing, and I was like, that is so not Maxon. For one, he knows Aspen. I know he figured it out. I understand he figured it out, but it was so out of character for Maxon. He didn't know, for one, what they were talking about, two, what was going on, and three, how long anything had been going on. For all he knew, he was just the one from back home. She's still obviously close with him because he walks her down the freaking aisle. Don't even get me started about that. But anyways, obviously he knows that they're close. She got shot and he was there. Maxon had an absolute freak out, understandably so, but it was so out of character for him, and I was just like, who is this, and what have you done with my Maxon? Please bring him back. Please, like, remember you're ruining your life as well. Like, I know you kind of love Chris, but like, you will regret this for the rest of your life if you go forward and send America home. Did you want to be that person? Did you want to be the person that is moping around for the rest of their life because they sent the love of their life home over something as stupid as her talking to Aspen? Didn't think so. And then we have the report where he's going to announce who he's going to marry. And shit goes up in flames real quick when Celeste is shot in the back of the head. That still broke my heart to pieces. It still was like a moment for me because I forgot that she gets just like shot in the head. I thought she just got shot. In my mind, I didn't remember she gets shot in the head. But she gets shot in the head and shit hits the fan. And I was literally like, oh my God, we are going to have the deaths of so many characters, and the only person that's gonna be left is America. This is my thinking the first time I read a BTW. And she's gonna have to be queen by herself. Actually, in the first draft, Kiera Cass did say she killed off everybody. She killed off the king, the queen, and Maxon. So be lucky that she changed her mind and was like, let's not do that. Let's not kill off Maxon. He's too perfect. And then we have the Maxon shot scene. I cried again because I love Maxon so much. That scene is so devastating to me. And when Aspen has to take her away and she's just put in the safe room to think about it, think about Maxon dying, think about all of that, kills me. But my favorite line comes out of this whole entire ordeal. My favorite line of the series, which is, this is when Maxon's getting shot. It's on page 295 if you ever want to find it. But it is, break my heart, break it 1,000 times if you'd like. It was only ever yours to break. I don't know why I love that line so much. I think it's just such a beautiful line. And I think it really encompasses Maxon in America. He was going to break his own heart not to be with America because of a stupid reason. And then he had to get shot to realize he was making a stupid decision. And in that moment, he's like, my heart, it's only yours. Like, break my heart. I break it 10 million times because I love you, America, and you're the one that, I'm dying. So I thought you should know that I love you. And I think that was a really nice moment. Then we have the moment she's rescued and she comes out of the safe room and she's realizing how bad the Southern rebel attack was. And we find out the king is dead, the queen is dead, and the queen died trying to save the king, which killed me inside because I think the king did not deserve that. I don't think the king deserved anybody saving him. But Amberly loved him so much that she saved him even through all of his flaws, which I guess that's okay. And then we learn about Aspen and Lucy. I love them together so much. Aspen and Lucy, they're so cute. And now that I knew that they were going to be together at the end of this book, I saw the little flirtatious ways that was like stuck into the book to realize that. And I was just like, bless you, Kiera Cass, for putting those in for me to find again. I was like, they're so cute. I love them so much. I'm so glad Aspen found someone that was in America so he doesn't have to keep harassing her to pick him. And I love that. And that's another thing. Like, if Maxon would have just been like, hey, what's going on? He could have been like, hey, I'm with Lucy. Like, there's no threat. Like, it's fine. It's totally fine. Because I'm pretty sure Aspen tries to tell America more than once that he is seeing someone or he is seeing her maid. So, how it didn't come out of Lucy's mouth, though, baffles me. Because I feel like Lucy just can't keep her mouth shut. Love her to death, but and this whole time she thinks Maxon's dead. She thinks Maxon's dead this whole freaking time, making me think Maxon's dead the first time I read it. And I'm like sitting here like, Maxon's not dead. Maxon's not dead. He's not dead. He's in the his bed, just healing, still doing work because he's now the king. He's gonna be coronated. He's the king. And he then makes America the one and they get married. And I mean, did any of us not see that? Like, what would be the point of the books if she wasn't the one? What would be the point? But then we get to the wedding, find out Annie's dead, which I was sad about, but I wasn't that sad about. But we get to the wedding and Aspen walks America down the aisle. Does no one else seem that little weird, like, I know her dad's dead, but like, I find that a little weird. Like, your engagement was almost broken off, but, you know, go ahead. Have your ex-boyfriend walk you down the aisle. It's cool. Fine. We're good. It's good. But then, also in that scene, Marley was a bridesmaid, and I was like, because the king's dead, now they don't have to hide. Now Marley can be a bridesmaid, and I'm just so happy. And in the one, Marley's son, still Team Kyle. Now that we officially got off topic, I really enjoyed this book. I love this series. It's one of my favorite series. I love Kiera Cass. Everything about this series is just so whimsical and fun and kind of like slightly girly, but not too girly. So I think everyone would like it. And I think everyone should at least give the selection, the series, a try at least once. Even if you don't like it, even if it's not your cup of tea. I think it's a fun read. I think they're easy reads, and they're kind of like, I would say, like summer reads. You could really like read this book on the beach, on the way to a destination on the airplane or in the car. I think they're just really not crazy, like heart-wrenching, but they're not so dark and twisted and just like need a lot of concentration that you need to concentrate on them. So go try this out. I hope you enjoyed this series reread review. I will be doing more of these, but I want to start doing more actual book reviews. I have one in the works coming up, and yeah. So I really hope you enjoyed this reread review. If you did, leave a comment down below of your favorite quote of the selection series, or if you haven't read the selection series, leave your favorite ice cream flavor, because everyone likes ice cream, don't they? I hope you do, because I love me some ice cream. It's my favorite. Give this video a like and hit that subscribe button and the little bell next to it so it notifies you whenever I have crazy videos and book reviews and book tags and anything like that. I'll see you next time, loves. Bye.